How's it going, everybody? Another super uncharacteristically warm winter day. Just having a look here. Changed the oil on the skid steer this morning. It was due. Yeah, I think we're good. Problem is with this thing for me, service intervals are 500 hours. Well, I've had this thing for 6-7 years and I've only put like 250 hours on it, so keep the filters clean and that, but it was time. Another thing I did was my glow plug relay is right here. I've noticed this thing, the glow plug light stays on for like 5 seconds, and it's done that for quite a while. And I went online and did some reading, and apparently that is directly powered off this relay. So if the relay shuts off, the light shuts off. And so I did some looking around and I found a cross-reference, and I bought a generic relay, and this thing has glow plugs now again, so that's good. New hydraulic filter. Topped up my hydraulic fluid. New air filter. Just waiting for my fuel filter, and then we're good to go. Whew, that's loud. Anyhow, friends, just puttering today. Got the oil changed on the skid steer there, and just getting a few last minute things done. Show you guys what I've been up to. Been splitting firewood. I'm almost through the pile, and I'm happy. Almost through this pile. I got 2 more piles to go, but that's fine. This will keep me going for a while. The last thing I want on my perfect towing and hauling rig, Project Heavy Hauler, I bought this a while ago, but I just haven't had time to work on it. This is the last thing for my needs. Now, most people don't need one of these, but I definitely need this for my setup, and the skid steer is the reason for that. Okay, so this is the last thing that I think, well, for me, I don't think everybody needs one of these, but I definitely have needed one of these for the last 10 years. A Sliptank. I don't need one all the time, but I have a diesel mower and a diesel skid steer. That skid steer holds a lot of fuel. It doesn't eat a lot of fuel, but here's the thing, friends. I pretty much only use that in the winter, and nothing's worse than standing there in 30 below with several jerry cans waiting for them to drain. That could take 15 or 20 minutes with these new, whatever, environmentally friendly cans. I hate those things. And I always said to myself, if I ever had the means or found a good deal on a Sliptank, I would definitely buy one. Well, this one came up at auction. Friends, I'm one of those auction guys. I buy a lot of things from auction, and my uncle knew the fellow that owned this and turned me on to this auction, and I put in a bid, a reasonably cheap bid, and I won this thing. This is about, I can't remember how many gallons this is. I think this is about 50 gallons. It's a West Steel. It needs a paint job and a cleanup, but it came with a motor and a pump and a hose and a nozzle. So anyways, I want to see if I can get this thing working today. The first thing I need to do is drain it. When you take the lid off, it smells like varnish inside. It looks clean in there, though. I have a feeling that the fellow that had this was using it, and then I think he retired and shut down his business, and what ended up happening is this thing just sat. So there's a little bit of fuel in the bottom. Let's pull the drain cap and see what's actually living inside here. I hope it's not too scuzzy. Okay, I got a little catch can under here. Hopefully I aimed it right. I'm not sure how much fuel is actually in here, so maybe if I put it lengthways, there, this should do it. And nothing came out. So that tells me this thing's pretty much empty. I'm gonna have to prop it up. Give me a second here. Okay, I propped it up on a piece of firewood. There we go. Oh, that looks like clean diesel to me. Smells like varnish. That's what diesel smells like when it gets old. It smells like varnish. Okay. Now my idea with this is just to have it in the back of my truck for winter time. Also, if I'm going on a long trip, I can use this. This will increase my range substantially. Just gonna move my pan back. This is a good deal. It actually looks quite clean. I looked inside of it and it looks like there's nothing in there, just diesel. It doesn't look like there's rust or corrosion. So oh, looks like some schmagglies in there. Schmagglies, that's Canadian for dirt. Try not to drop this thing. If I do, it'll be on camera. Oh yeah, we're definitely getting some stuff out of here. Okay. Tilt it back. Okay, well, I'm good with that. We'll put this plug back in. Found a piece of metal in the bottom. Okay, I'm just gonna take some pipe dope. This is Permatex pipe dope. We use this stuff tons at work on gas piping. I'm pretty familiar with this stuff. Not this exact brand, but this is the stuff I use at home. Okay, we'll just put this back in here. Now, if I want to in the future, and I'm kind of on the fence about it, but I can actually put a 90 in here. There's a hole in my bed and a T to the one filler neck. I could actually plumb this right into the fuel system on my truck, but I'm a little nervous about that. Okay, the next thing I want to do is, this hose is really cracked. It's been sitting outside for years by the looks of things. I want to get rid of this hose. Because in 40 below, this thing's gonna let go and I'm gonna pump diesel all over myself. And I don't know about you guys, but I do not like the smell of diesel. Oh, somebody's doing some shooting, one of my neighbors. It's hunting season. I know that's totally a foreign thing to some people. Living in a place where you hear gunfire. Totally normal. Okay, there's that. Swivel on this is kind of... There we go. Okay, now what I'm going to install on this pump is a filter base for a fuel filter. I think that's just a good idea, especially with an old tank or any tank. I want to keep the fuel system in my truck as clean as possible. That'll keep my injectors healthy and just my truck healthy in general. That's one thing about diesels. They like clean fuel. So I grabbed a 4-inch nipple, 3/4 inch nipple, and I don't have my pipe wrenches here. They're at work. But I'll snug this down. I can always give these another turn with my pipe wrenches when I get them. Okay, that'll work. Nice filter base there. And now I bought a brand new hose. We'll get that installed. It just happened to work out. Princess Auto had these hoses on sale when I needed one. Like, I was in there looking at this stuff, looking at pumps and nozzles and just preparing myself. Now, friends, I paid like $200 for this at an auction. That's cheap, like real cheap. Pumps are like $500 to $1,000 depending on what you want. I don't need a big nasty commercial pump. If I was fueling all the time, then yeah, I would definitely be looking for something different. This is just a small, a small pump. Oh, interesting. So this isn't even going to fit on here. Oh, in my wrench is wider. My wrench is wider than the space that I have. Well, I hate doing stuff like this, but it's actually kind of a silly setup. Can't fit a proper wrench in here. Turn my fuel filter a little bit here. Okay. Make sure you guys are still on here. Now, I'll put this, I may end up changing this. This is not an automatic nozzle, as far as I know. These nozzles just go on or off. But, hey, we're 1,000 times better than we were. This is a way better setup. Gotta figure out where I'm gonna hang this nozzle too. Oh, we're leaking here. Try these threads out. Put some more pipe dope on here. I wonder what they're shooting over there. Doesn't sound like a big gun. Coyote rig, I reckon. 223 maybe. Almost want to go over there and have a look-see. Well, this one fits in here. I don't want to make this too tight. There we go. Okay, now, oh, this doesn't swivel, so I want this. Oh, I want this on here, maybe another quarter turn, half a turn, if I can. Now it's upside down. Friends, can you tell I like puttering? What I've been doing the last month or so, I've been showing you guys all the stuff I do that has nothing to do with chainsaws. This is my life. This is how I live. I enjoy puttering. Okay, I think we'll leave it like that. Now, I'll make sure that this hose is not going to be in the way. Let me buy a swivel for the end of this. The last guy was just hanging it up like this. I don't know if I like that though, because this nozzle can come out. Maybe I need to make some kind of a bracket or something. Oh well, let's screw the filter on and see. You guys are still going. Let's put the filter on this. I'll dump some diesel in it. Let's see if it works. I tried it briefly, but the hoses were leaking, so I shut it down. There we go. Okay, let's dump some diesel into here. When you have a pit bull and cold weather, you buy gear. Daisy, are you having fun? Hi, baby. Mrs. Tin Man throwing the ball for the dog. Hi, Charlie. I love that little girlfriend. I love that woman too. It's been with her since high school. Anyways. Okay, let's dump some diesel in this thing. I'm hoping we have enough. I'm hoping I never have to do this again. I hate jerry cans. I'm so tired of dumping fuel this way. It takes forever. Probably the fact that I filled up a generator every day for 20 years too probably doesn't help. I'm hoping this is enough. Based on what I got out of the bottom of it, I'm hoping. Okay, put the lid on. Now, I might actually wire this into my truck, but for now, it's we'll hook it up under the battery. Just give me a second here. Okay, I grabbed one of the old batteries out of my truck. That should be good. I'm gonna have to rewire this, put new ends on it. The ends that are on there aren't very good. Okay, now I'll just grab just gonna grab this jerry can here and I'll just pump it back into here. Okay, let's turn it on. Okay, it's later on in the evening. I actually had to go to the truck stop on the corner and fill this thing up with diesel. I didn't quite have enough to get the pump primed. I was kind of worried that maybe the pump didn't work, but let's try this thing out. This whole project is now coming to completion. I think this is going to be awesome for me and really help me out this winter. First things first, we got our backup lights. I can't see anything behind me without these things, and now even with the reverse lights on, friends, I can barely see anything. Flick this light and it's bright like day out. Let's back this thing up to the skid steer, flick the switch, and let's put some fuel in this thing. No more jerry cans for this guy. Okay, and I rigged up a bungee cord to keep this thing in place. Let's take our hose, droop her over the side. Hopefully I got enough hose here. And now I just have this battery kind of mounted in the bed. We'll take these off. And I'm gonna figure out the electronics of this because I kind of want this thing to be good to go. Maybe I'll mount it to a set of wires and a switch. Okay, there we go. This is gonna be awesome. Oh, she's pumping. This is gonna be way better. Oh, there you guys go. She's pumping. Beauty. Well, guys, I'm gonna say this is a successful mission. I'm super excited. I am freezing. It is windy and cold, and this is normal. I'm never feeling this thing in the summer. I'm always feeling this thing in the winter. The only thing I think I'm gonna change is I'm gonna get an automatic nozzle so that I can just click her and let her rock and roll. But honestly, one small step for mankind, one giant leap for nature. I don't know what the saying is. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. There you guys go. This thing works really well. I'm happy with it. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Take her easy and make your truck the ultimate rig. If you make it what you want, it'll just work better for you. This truck is 1000% what I need. See you guys in a couple days. Later.